Hello everyone. It is I, Faded Woods. Wait, no. Wait, I got the emo. I'm so used to it. Let me try again. Hello everyone. I'm Alexander Cross. I am the head of the Faded Woods Bureau, and we are here again, playing Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. Alright, let's keep this debut week going. Okay. Oh, it looks like everything's working. Let me just make sure I got all my chat boxes ready. Perfect. My voice is kind of decent today. It was really different in the morning. When I drank coffee, I sounded like a completely different person. Like my raspiness, my deep voice, just like holy crap. I was like, I have to record this. Have evidence. Okay. Load game. Let's see. Where to go next? How about... Let's see. How about... Wait. There. Examine? No. Let's just go. Move somewhere else. Or unless... Nope, let's just move. Detention Center and Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go there. You are my sunshine. This is a completely new place. Kind of reminds me of Comic-Cat. Guilty as charged tour. Oh, it's the outside of the arena. Whoa, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing. The weather matters for an investigation? Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? Sure. Let's get started, shall we? Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it in the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you, and I'm a lawyer. Then you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection"? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's just get going already. Aw, don't be such a sourpuss, Apollo. Have some fun. Okay, everyone's having fun here. The blue badger. That son of a bitch. Got bad memories of the thing. What's that creature there? Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger. It's life-size. Haven't you seen them around the town, patrolling the streets? Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot. I'd run from that thing even if it wasn't a criminal. And why does its head bobble like that when it walks? It's freaky. I don't think you're showing the true blue badger's spirit, Apollo. Tell him what's what. He needs to appreciate these things. Except, I don't like the blue badger either. Look, a massive sign for the Guilty as Charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out of the arena. What? Where? Oh, I see it. I think it's as big as his ego. Oh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it. You... What? Oh, where would you even put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. I bet it'd be good for business. Good for his business. Everybody would think we're like Prosecution Gavin. Working for him. We're defense attorneys. Just as long as no one comes to expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? Singing debut. It'd be so cool. And there's a long line of people. Note to self, and other people is going to conventions. Go there at 6 a.m. Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today. It's huge! And Mr. Gowan got to play that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday, I'll fight for my first battle on this stage. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a coliseum. They don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Juicy. Really? I had no idea. I wonder why they stopped, because everybody kept dying. And dying and dying and dying, getting eaten by lions. Sometimes I worry about her. What else is there? There's a giant blimp. Look! A blimp! Those balloons next to it have a sponsor ads on them. Let's see. Big sale, all shirts 50% off. Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Is that relevant information? There's nothing else here. Can we move again? There really is nothing here. Move. To the backstage. I'm gonna go back and go to the detention center. Okay, so Maki is scot-free, but Maki may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. But they don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Makitsubai can see. Ah, Maki. Speak of the devil. Come on, kid. Can you learn some words? I know it's not you. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we came to talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. It's kinda hard to build a case, of course, on feelings. But since we're here, anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. Oh, don't be like that. You know, I'm starting to think Apollo's not that great. He's a little mean. I think she's actually worried for me. Oh, Shimmer. Okay, buddy. Let me show him the crime photo. I think he said, I'm sorry, I cannot speak your language. You are very beautiful, fair maiden. This is why I never trust a translator. Never trust a translator. Keynote. He wouldn't be able to speak anyway. Your eyes? So, Maki, you can see, right? Maki can see, and Lemuror can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're gonna get any information out of Maki. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. Is that the same? I'm glad Lemuror testified. What a great person. I want to see that too quick. She got Maki off the hook by naming another suspect. Darian of the Gaviners, the detective. I wonder if Maki knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all, if no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey, what is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. Shimmer? So, what do you think of today's trial? Shimmer. I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by the trial. Hey, well that ends well. And you have one more goal. Oriented, if he's innocent, we win. No, if he's not found guilty, we win. Maki might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Yikes, I'm a lawyer. Huh? I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Maki, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Virginian. He doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scarred? Because you can keep making those I'm so mad faces? Was I that bad? Maki lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about? If you're curious about there's only one thing to do, you should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back. Shimmer. Okay, where to go next? Sunshine Coliseum. Everyone's stuck in the lines, baking in the sun. They're all gonna drown and die. Now they'll be fine. Drink water. Like me. I like taking big gulps. You. Ah, Mr. Attorney. Lemuror. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You are merely defending Maki. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though, it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. You can tell just by listening to our feet. You must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or she claimed yesterday, but how? Do you know anything about this videotape? We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. Valiant Grammary. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Oh, come on. Mr. Grammary made me swear to never tell a soul. Well, that's convenient. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know. Well then, no, just talk. Maki. I met Maki before my debut as Lemuror. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia, and he was playing the piano. Yes, he was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Maki pretending he couldn't see. No, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Maki, pretending he couldn't see, and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write it with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Maki would never harm a soul. That was quite the statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Cressan's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I would never forget a voice. Wait!
Lemuror, is something the matter?
That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. No way. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something. The next moment, I heard those gunshots.
Why didn't you call security?
To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots may be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard.
Yeah.
At least she certainly thinks it was. Can you tell us more about Mr. Latouche? About Mr. Latouche. Yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear.
So you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it meant by I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to have known who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I don't understand.
You have no idea?
I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it is not so, but
I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. And my present is veiled in darkness. So too is my past clouded from memory. Clouded? Right. You're not saying you have like an alter ego that's super evil, do you? Darkness? The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. It's the real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became a Lammermoor. I awoke from darkness, into darkness. You might say, I was born in the darkness, and nobody cared until I put on the veil. I was singing in a restaurant those days. What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not remember my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lammermoor is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way. That seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lammermoor. I thank you, Maki. Maki too. Tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Yes? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Device? Do you mean maybe this? That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Might I touch it? No, as evidence. That's gotta be conclusive evidence. I thought as much. What? What do you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder who this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient for should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to our prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? No. It's evidence. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Guess I'll go ask him. The stage. Oh, who's playing piano? That song. Isn't that the one Lammermoor was singing? Yeah, you're right. The guitarist Senorade. Wow. I'd love to do a show on a stage like this. I'd come to see that. The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. And there I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh! That's right. I was a magician, wasn't I? Are you actually a singer? Some dedication. Oh, Gramarye. Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is. Uncle Valent. And what exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I'm inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss. The Lammermoor teleportation illusion. Oh! Should anything go wrong, it will reflect poorly upon me and my troupe. As I went about exacting my examination, I happened to notice the piano. Actually, gonna be deeper. And I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody. Hey Apollo, maybe Uncle Valent can shed some light on this whole thing for us. Talk, man. Talk. Troop Gramarye. I know what you're thinking. In that head of yours. Gramarye, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on the television. Something of that sort. Actually, yes, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind, Apollo. He just guessed. Or everyone tells him that he makes good guesses. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. Oh, wow. How is he standing like that? The elephant and the turtle, too? His name was Magnifi Gramarye. It was he who began the great troupe Gramarye. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was.
I do have a vague memory of something like that on TV. Yet, several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled the vanishing act, yes? Cries for magic were no longer heard, and the TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion.
That's not true. I still went to all your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket.
Who's bumming about? Hey, Grammary, I think your act is starting to get a little stale. That's concrete. You can get a new act. When you start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble, yeah. Oh no, I feel kind of bad for him. Okay. We hone our skills at these small venues, always waiting on our time. Yes, one day we will rise from obscurity onto fame's shining stage once more. I do not only do this for the magic that is Grammary, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean... Yes, Zach Grammary. Trucy's father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Grammary in show business circles. None. I will see us return to glory. I, Valiant Grammary. Okay, tell us the trick.
I was reading about the show the night of the murder. Lemonware's vanishing act was your illusion, right?
Indeed. The Purple Prosecutor petitioned my performance. The alliteration. The Purple Prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make it disappear. Like a dream." Like a dream? Yet, what can I work with this stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorcerous acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted. She disappeared from the top of the tower, but in order to move, you would have to have had her use some sort of secret tunnel. People come to me because I'm a professional among... My illusions are custom made for a time and place. Custom made. Oh! Now, because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as fortunes of Troop Grammary are concerned.
So you were here checking up on the trick to make sure it went well.
And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos... That piano over there troubles me. It troubles you? Why? Why? Why do you ask why? I think it's probably be quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. I'll go check first. Okay, what's up with the piano?
That's one big piano. I've never actually played one.
Huh. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime.
No good. He can't play either.
This you can't play piano, Phoenix, right? Get a new instrument. Play a kazoo or something. I kind of feel bad for the guy now.
Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be my debut as a prodigy.
Ew. Did you make that noise just now?
Let me try it again.
That's weird. It's playing scales and then taking a photo?
You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a closer look under the hood. Huh? Look, this was stuck between the strings. It looks like some kind of switch.
Someone must have thrown it down into this piano. A switch for something that we don't know. Alright, what about you and Valiant, Zach? Our founder, Magnific Grammary, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles.
I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go, what happened to the jet again?
Apparently someone doesn't remember as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zach and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zach were the shining stars of the Grammary crown.
Cool, huh? Zach and Grammary was my daddy.
Now that Magnifique and Zach are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valiant Grammary, who bring back the Grammary miracle back to the big stage.
I'm rooting for you.
Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up. How do we manage to get off the top of the case so quickly all the time? Okay, now what? Do you know what this is? Words cannot express my shock and chagrin. All I can see before me is this stage, and a me upon it. Nothing smaller, nothing less radiant catches my eye. True, you're getting on in years. Not much time left to make your mark, huh? Wow, Trixie. She's being really honest. She's really honest, but it's really painful. Oh no. Sorry, Grammar, you only have like what, 20 years left? Less? Man. Oh, he's speechless. This is not how I was seeing it. So he doesn't care what I have to show him. I get the point. Now what? I already talked to him about everything. Nothing else, I guess. Oh well, I'll move somewhere else. Let me present it to her. Do you know what this is? Do you think you could tell me about this? I'm sorry, but my information about the outside world is somewhat limited. I only know what I've heard or felt. Maybe that explains why she didn't react when I showed her stuff the other day. She was still pretending she couldn't see then. Okay. You've been here, there. These are the last pages. Let's go to Gaviner's dressing room. The murder scene. Anything else here? No, wait, this is not the murder scene. All this stuff is old. Nothing here. Move. Dressing room? The pen is still there. That's because it's evidence. And then we have the murder scene. No clues here. This dang window. This was the window where Lemmerware saw the crimes form. I wish it was that simple. Kind of hard to see a crime when you can't see it. But she did hear it. Yeah, but the window was closed. Maybe she heard it some other way. The Interpol? Where's it go now? Wait, I don't think he wants to see anything else. So... leave? Where's Gavin? I want to see him. Not here. Okay, let's go to the detention center. Maybe show him that one piece of evidence. No. How about this? No. No. Nope, he's not reading anything. There's something else I'm missing. Okay. What if I show this off? Can I ask you about this headset, Lemmerware? You said that all the concert staff were wearing one. That's correct. You needed to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin had his and his lackeys had them on too, huh? They're quite helpful, even though limited. They only work within a 30 feet or so. After this, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline? So why was this one lying here? Then you line of questioning? Nope. What else? Nope, nope. What about the actual revolver? Nope. And it wasn't the cute button, the headset. What about the switch? Do you know what the switch is? No. Nothing. I saw this already. Guess I'll move again. Stage? Is there something I'm forgetting? Damn. You're getting old, buddy. You are not. What could it be? It's gotta be something. What about this brooch? Do you know what this is? It's gotta be something. I don't know what to show him. Okay, so I've been... Can I go to the prison now? No. I don't think Maki's gonna talk. It's not decisive evidence. So who could... What can I show them? That's what I really wonder. What can I show them to get anywhere? How about the keys? No. Do you know anything about the diagram? No. Okay, fine, I'll leave. You get away scot-free. I already talked about the headset, pretty sure. Everyone had staff, band members as well. Quite helpful and limited. I think... It's gotta be something. And it's not the switch. No, I gotta leave. It's not here either. Stage, Lemur's dressing room. Oh, it was here. The murder scene. Oh, it's because I was there earlier, and I guess after visiting somewhere else, it finally changes. Munch, munch, munch. Uh-oh, you know who this is? There's only one person I know who can munch that much with such venom. Emma! What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me a second degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped us uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really inimitable. You know, it's pretty interesting what she said right there. Even a blind person... My department chief had a real field day with that one. what you say. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? It's kind of weird. See, I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. He said this was my reward. Snacks? Are you eating chocolate snackaroos popular down at the precinct or something? Munch, munch, munch. I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest. You're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Talk, 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 talk. I met my embarrassing quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else the whole year. If only it worked that way. It just bugs me to think that that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes me even more suspicious now that we know he can't see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have gone shot with that revolver. But that's not how it sounded in Lamar's story. You mean saying saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal straightforward killing once in a while in this country? What kind of suggestion is that? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean? I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then, Lemmerwar flew through the air. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. Latus's life. And he went up to the sky with a guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least. Fun. It is kind of hard to chalk it to a coincidence, huh? I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all this? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway. What? You all think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. Something strange. So, what did you find? It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under a sofa. It looks like a bomb. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what it is. The web sticking out from the end looks familiar, so I had it examined. And it turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a beetle. Like on a cell phone. This device must be used as an electronic signal of some sort. An electromagnetic signal. Electronic signal, you say? Let me see if I can present some of the new evidence. Switch. Do you think you can take a look at this? A small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? Yes. Press this if you want. Press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for though. A signal. You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found? Oh, yeah, this? Let's try pressing this switch. Whoa. Whoa, it's burning. Whoa, 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 it's on fire, it's on fire, 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 fire. Emma, the device is on fire. What's the big idea? Oh, jeez, fire. Well, now we know what this thing is. It's a lighter. This past here must work for like a lighter. It nearly lifted me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. You kind of did. I suppose at least we're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo. Let's ask Emma more about the switch. Now that she has some explaining firsthand experience. Here. And then, no. Switch. Do you think you could tell me about this? I'm sorry, but my information about the outside world is limited. What? You know what this is? I guess not. Hey, the Blue Badger. That would be the Blue Badger, the police mascot. There's a guy outside in a giant Blue Badger costume hovering about. He stands out even more than those Gaviner's posters. It's all the same. He's the brand mascot too, you know. I can't picture Prosecutor Gavin going through some kind of thing. Neither can I. I bet there's a story there just waiting to be told. So I can't present the eggs. Wait, it's an egg set. A signal routines were made for voice signals with a 30-foot range. All concert staff were it on. Can I examine it? Nothing special. And nothing on the logo. Okay. Let me go back to dressing room. No. How about the stage? Hello, Gramarye. I have nothing for you. You have this bacon, and then you have this. Wait, where is it? Okay. Fine, screw it. Videotape. Oh, this is something pretty interesting. I didn't see a stunt. Oh, that. I'm guessing I'm so used to seeing that happen I didn't even notice. Oh no. He's called it jaded again. A simple sleight of hand and a petite prestidigitation. I can't see it. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you're at the concert. Oh, yes. I already saw this part actually. I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So, can you tell me how you did it? No, Trissy, you can't bother me like this. This is all old dialogue. It is against all that I secretly to inquire. This trick must be performed. Okay, so you tell me how you did it, Trissy. But I don't know. Come on, you're a magician. Figure it out. Aren't you part of the same secrets club? I wonder. What else can I do? Only the earpiece was interesting. Okay, let's go to the Gaviner's room. Nothing here. That's one thing that's pretty annoying. They have to go through all these scenes like this. Okay, what to present more evidence to you? How about this headset? Nope, she does not have it. She does not want none of it. Hey, Emma, give me some of those things. Neckaroos. I'm gonna eat them all before you do. How about this videotape? Nope. How about... Victory's badge? No. Switch, I already showed this. Wait, you aren't trying to burn me up again, are you? Who sent you to get me? Who? I'm not out to get you, promise. Promise? No, promise is good enough with you still carrying that weapon around. Try burning me again with that trigger of yours, and I'll throw 100 bags worth of snackaroos at you. I've never seen someone so furiously. Better stay clear for a while. Okay, nothing really to it. I remember seeing Wink of Rebo somewhere. Imagination. Okay, Lemore. Anything else? Nothing new. Examine. Ban. Examine. It's gotta be something. How about the headset? Everyone is staff. How about the other guy? Did he have one too? He stole it. What about this diagram? No, not that. No. What's a new piece of evidence that I have? These three. Oh, that reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off yesterday. Illusion? When you teleported from one side of the stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes, apparently they hired a professional magician. Valiant Gramarye. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Gramarye made me swear to never tell anyone, a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a word. Secret, you know why? I know why. They'd be out of business. Now what? Who do I talk to? Back to the dressing room. Stage, Sunshine Coliseum. What's Sunshine? No. Back to hallway. Or the governor's room this time. Where are the governors anyway? They left everything here. How about examine? Anything else I can examine? There's this art case that was here. Oh no, wait. The vending machine got sought out. Dang it. 2 red steel sodas. Where do we go next? Look up a guy. Wait, actually, I just remembered something. Consultation. Only available in Destiny and... Oh, it's not available. Ah, I see. Yes, if the question presents the evidence, all are handled on your behalf. I wonder if I could turn this on. What even happens? Nothing's really changing. Day 2. Day 2. Oh, okay. So you just have to go outside. Just touch grass, that's all I needed to do. Wait, it's not here. Wait, doesn't make any sense. Unless... Huh. Guide's wrong? Move. Talk to Emma again. Switch. What are you trying to do? Burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you. You weren't the one holding it. There's enough sparks flying around here just to make you two talking. Anyway. Now we know that this is a remote for an igniter. Wait, his guitar fucking burned up. So we found the culprit item. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet. A transmitter, huh? Incidentally, if you look at the cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see. 30 feet from Lamore's dressing room... covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. It kinda seems unlikely anyone would use this on a stage. Guess I better getting on with my investigation. We're off to look for some clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck! I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. And now we can go outside. Here he comes. What? Coming to laugh at the murder? Darian. That old bag opens her pie hole, and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Darian isn't in the best moods, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out. Then Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid. Your alibi is rock solid. So, about your alibi. You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. Latouche dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on the stage. Your guitar playing was something else. Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they weren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamore's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even got to talk to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work? He won't let me work. Gavin, I was gonna lie low till the suspicion was cleared. What suspicion? He can be such a stick in the mud. Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but he's as straight as his arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him when he whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar? Ah! It was you, Darian. He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? A date on the victim should have come from Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it, normally.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see it in the prosecutor's office.
Maybe that's not such a good or bad idea.
Right on.
Say hi for me for okay? Oh, and screw you. You look at this pompadour. And tell him I want into that crime scene. I'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yeah? What do you think really happened? Really? You don't think I did it right? Well, great. Way to still a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping. Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong and I'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Let's not talk to him anymore, okay? Detective Darian Crescend. He's one stone I'd rather leave unturned if I had a choice. That sounded like a threat. Gavin's office. I bet it's gaudy. It's got a gold guitar. And there's a burnt one too.
So, this is it. The Gaviner's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object or whatever?
Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone. Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like.
That's eavesdropping.
Why? We'd just be waiting quietly so we won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter. For a gossiping mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Virginians, okay? Just give me that report. Chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like these when I start to miss Darian. Huh? Hello. Hiya.
Teehee. Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
He just waves his hair. How could I be? There's not enough teehee in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, who have you come to see? Huh? Clavier, the lead vocalist for the Gaviners? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? About the case, of course. Actually, no. The concert.
I really do love that song. It has such great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Larimore, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Virginia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lammermore's voice?
It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think there's a sort of special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there backstage. Maki on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on guitar, that I borrowed from Labrador.
and music history was made. Probably not my experience your average lawyer would ever have. Like Apollo, I'd say. Hey, Apollo may not be an artist like you two. You got your magic stuff, and he has his guitar stuff. But Apollo can be really cool too. I'm sure he can learn a guitar or something. Just watch him shred. His voice is steel. Death metal. He could do death metal. Most definitely. Don't poke fun of it, Apollo. Glug. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump. That's a piece of history. And it's only brown, not really charred. No matter. I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think you could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burned guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? That reminds me. Did you see the paper today? The paper? Yes. I always read the TV section. Good girl. How about you, Airforehead? I read the funnies. He just reads the comics like me. Back when you used these newspapers. Garfield. Then you will have not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song? Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, I just noticed something. Wait. Gavin's PNG. The way he holds his hand like that. You see it? Wait. I just noticed. It's almost kind of like the way I have it. From my model. Yeah. It's just like alternated. Look, like the same. This was not intentional, by the way. Pure coincidence. Except it's not 1-to-1. Maybe I should have used this as a reference. I should have definitely used this as a reference, maybe. Oh well. Back I go. Oh yeah. PNG me. Hello. Get out of here. Where am I? There we go. I think this is good. Right here. Perfect. Oh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one. It's not what you think, Choosy. It's not a show. It's an article news, you know. Oh, does this have anything to do with the case? Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Hey, what? There was a murder there. How can they be putting it on you? What? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? They wanted to use like a death note of song? It is endless, endless. Thanks to the case you made today, of course. Oh, that was all Apollo's idea. Hey. Is that newspaper over there too? Ah yes, the Virginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Virginian. Oh, that's right. Suffice to say, this is the big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Virginia could believe it. It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. The Virginian newspaper. Lammermore's testimony will be probably in the evening edition, I imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in the front of the Coliseum. Lammermore was my invited guest. So it has been a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I love to solve this case. Quickly, if possible.
Sure. I think we found the lighter. Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote. Wait! Excuse me, did you say something? This remote control might be value ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Look at how unfair he's being. You're supposed to share evidence, so everyone has a fair way to prepare. It's too early to show my hand now. You would think someone with such a loud voice would speak more clearly, yeah? Okay, how about this form diagram? My apologies, but there's no way I'm going to talk details about the case with you. If you want to get my attention, bring me something dramatic. I'm not here to get your attention, Gavin. I'm here to get your information. The igniter. He's not interested. This earpiece? That looks like one of our tour issue headsets. Why are you wearing it, Froylen? I thought it'd be cool. I could pretend I was a concert security and stuff. Actually, we found it at the venue and thought you might want it. Oh no, please, you keep it. It goes well with your cape, Froylen. Tee, you think? She does look like she belongs on a stage, that's for sure. What else? The radio tape? Nope, not interested. The board journey newspaper? Anymore? Nope, he's not interested. Oh yeah, we're supposed to go look at the guitar. Examine guitar. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. That's a guitar from the concert, isn't it? Kaboom! I thought it was one of the staff playing a game then. I never would have guessed that was the end of it. I had a specialized analyze the guitar incidentally. Oh, did you find anything out? He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Can you share? Can you please share? Share? Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about. Is he gonna tell us? No way he's gonna tell us. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Labrador. How did it end up here? She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoy playing it at night, and she made a present of it. So, this guitar is from Virginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuumed and packed it up in Labrador's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. He used evidence transporting classified level stuff to transport his guitar. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I still think he's a special case. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burnt. Maybe the guitar is like a natural treasure that was stolen? What was it earlier that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar? That's right. What was that all about? Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Ah, so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes. This, in fact. Wait, another one? The examiner is busy with the evidence for the case now. However, he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. Yeah, it's the one we have. It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, that looks like it's the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene in Lemonore's dressing room. Detective Sky found it and actually... At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? I gotta check out the room actually, I haven't checked. Golden guitar. Look at all the guitars. Why so many? You can never have too many guitars. They're like my lovers. You can't have too many lovers? Harem? What? He's based? I didn't just hear him say that. They're backup guitars, Apollo. Don't you know anything? Rock and rollers always smash the guitars at the end of a show. No wonder it's so hard to make a musician. You know what? You should try rocking a little, Apollo. Yes! And breaking his guitars while he watches? That might be a little too rocking. Of course, I would never do such a thing. I did not say... Did I say... They're like my lovers? Do I seem like the kind of man who would do such a thing to ones he loves? No, not at all. I mean, you're Mr. Gavin, upstanding prosecutor. What happened to Prosecutor Gavin, God of Rock? What's this thing over here, an egg? What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang. So he put it on the plate for later consumption? You think a rock star could afford a fresh stick? Don't judge him to any conclusions now. There's no chewing gum, take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a large lump of plastic. Wait, that phone call. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object or whatever? Looks like the prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, the Zeus. Oh, you were after that? Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latus? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Who? Us? I ain't trying to stop him, really. You're putting the blame on me? No. Trusty. Hey, you were the one who digging in for the scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently, it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latus was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us what you know about it? Kinda looks like an egg, but it's rainbow. This was found in Mr. Latus's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump, about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's nothing much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was used to be in the identification of whatever a replica was. You mean whatever Mr. Latus is after? That seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me for it, Len. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you can just say so. I've put in a request to my Interpol via my contacts in Virginia, but apparently there is a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh? There is something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latus went through all that trouble to become Lammerware's manager, and just to come to this country to find out more about this lump, and he died for it. It's not worth. I sent someone to the Coliseum to fetch Lammerware. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Virginian. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk about to you. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Airforehead. Thanks? Why, you gave me so much information. That lighter, for instance? Oh, that. I never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. don't be like that. We're helping each other out to find the truth. You tell me, you tell me, I tell you, I tell you. We find the truth together, but don't be so smug about it. I'm gonna freaking punch your beautiful face. Or perhaps you're just a bit tad naive, huh? I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the name. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Huh? Thanks for the information. About the, strange lump of plastic? The one Mr. Latoufe was investigating. Hey, that's right. I've been thinking, Air Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. Not at all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I like to keep a simple goal. To discover the truth. That's why I like to keep it relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can't live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? Fräulein? Can I ask you why you sing in a band? Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the streets. This dude. Isn't that what Bashi wants too? He wants all the people to look at her when she walks down the street. He wants to become popular. Because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple too. Now, if you excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Can I go to the detention center? Water. Looks like Maki is in questioning. Uh-huh. The police must have a Borginian interpreter. That's not fair. I wish we could talk to him. I guess we'll have to come back later if we want to see him. Guess so. Sunshine Center. Are we to see Darian again? Oh, it's Emma. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where Lemur is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange. Don't tell me she's dead. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lemur's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. Where could she be? This place is deserted. Oh, it's ominous. I don't like this. Something's bad's about to happen. I wonder where Lemmerware went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful. I guess, but I can't help but worry about her a little. She's not stuffed in here, is she? You can stuff a person in here if you wanted to. Looks like an instrument case. A big instrument case. There's a great magic trick you can do in one of these. Oh no. Huh? What kind? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case of illusion. So it's the girl who's miraculous not to escape? So picky. No, that's the old conversation. Let's go to the stage. Uh-oh. No, in the wings. Huh? The stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. No. No. Yipes, it was really dark out there.
Dark? That's all Lemur has, when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo? Huh? What? Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like something's changed? Changed? I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. What is she talking about? It's not this thing again, is it? I still can't believe we found Maki and Mr. Latu up on that tower. Yeah, I'm used to not to like high places, now I hate them. It's not like it would have been nicer if we found a dead body closer to the ground. Though, that reminds me, Daddy's best with heights too. Huh, no kidding. He took me to a Ferris wheel ride a while ago, you know. Halfway through, his face got all green and he mumbled, "Objection," over and over. Poor guy. Doesn't seem to be anything scary here. Wait, what's this case? Something's slipping out of it. Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before? Huh. I guess someone closed it? Wait, look. Where that case closes. Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. Oh no! I changed the title of the video to be Double Homicide at a Rock Concert. But then I changed it because there was no homicide because I thought Maki was dead. I guess that was right after all. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo. She's not dead, is she? Ah! Lemur! Lemur! Emma! We have to get Emma. Lemur was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around barking orders, making phone calls. Chuzi just clung to my arm and cried. And me? I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is way too many. Is she dead or... Emma? How's Lemur? Is she okay? Ah, you. We owe you a big thanks, that's for sure. So, she's okay? Yes. She came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? We don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Because she's blind. Right. How would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. You're fine. Lemur. Mr. Attorney. You were the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? It was after I spoke with you in the front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return my dressing room, you were hit. I knew. That very moment I knew. The assailant was trying to kill me. No. It was lucky for me to get the first blow, did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached that stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off. They said for electrical work. Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid. So the assailant couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Wow, that sounds like a really close call. But you heard their footsteps, right? Could you tell who it is based on their footsteps? Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet, when I consider that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am.
Good point.
She's sharp. And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means it was unlikely an adult, and probably a man. Could it be him? But why would anyone attack you, Labrador? The detective asked me this, too. And to her I gave her the same answer I give you. I do not know.
Want to read the newspaper?
I'm sorry. I'm not quite recovered from the attack.
She looks like she had a rough day.
I'll just put this piece of evidence away for her later.
Alright, there's a move. I can't talk or move anything. Examine. The nurse. Watches, Hawk Live, the reception desk. Later than you when I return to talk. Maybe my voice carries. Dude. Wheelchair. That must be the recovering patient. He keeps staring at us. What's so unusual about a training magician? A lot of things. Some visitors are here in the waiting room, watching TV. Murder during a concert at Sunshine Stadium. Huh. It looks like we're on the news. With his current hit song, Guilty Love, is in the courtroom as a prosecutor, singing the defendant all the way to death row. Prosecutor Gavin? This? Prosecutor Gavin that? Where's my 15 minutes of fame? The Guitarist Serenade, on sale now. Do you know what this is? Lemon, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is?
This is what?
Mr. Lassus was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after.
He was after?
You know, it's his secret identity. He's an undercover agent.
So that's what he was doing.
You mean you don't know what?
Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica of thereof.
Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before?
Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir? I wonder.
I have like bird guitar. Yeah. Bird guitar. The igniter. No. How about this? It's related to the magic trick. No. Remote trick. Headpiece? No, she's not listening to anything. Okay. Guess I'll just pass for now. But what about the barouche? I swear I have like two contradicting ideas of... I get the feeling she might be lying about getting chased to create an alibi, maybe. Oh, Borginian cocoon.
Well, they call it the Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all of Borginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details. I'm sorry to say.
I thought she said all in Borginia knew of these.
There is one fact I do not know about the cocoon, though.
Something all in Virginia know.
Was that? The cocoons. They are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does, and is caught, they will be put to death.
For real? Oh. Oh, maybe that's why he's dead.
Really? If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death.
Maybe that's why she did it.
Why? I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there's a good reason.
Wait, this is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica. He was looking for the real deal. That's my best guess. So, what's what he was up to? Tracking down Virginian cocoon smuggling? Smuggling. Smuggling. It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. Ah. So you could have brought those Virginia cocoons with you. On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Virginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people would venture into the water, the world outside. Is that why he suspected you? But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Virginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... Wait, Apollo. There must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get the Interpol involved. Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche and Livermore had marked him. It couldn't be her. Huh? There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for taking us to him. Thank you for talking to us, Livermore. It was the least I could do. Actually... if it isn't within my power... What was that last line? I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Virginian. Apollo? Would you come with us, if you're well enough? I see, I see. Yes, of course, I'll accompany you. What? Where are we going? Come on, Shusi. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Maki, we came to talk to you about the case. Maki. He's happy. Could you interpret for us, Lamor? Yes. Maki, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled by myself. Isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret? What do you mean by secret? Well... what about the secret tunnel? Do you know what this is? Mr. Attorney. I don't need a translation to understand that. I know that wrong evidence look anywhere. Oh man. I imagine you would. Again. Well, not this. Not this. This. Could be this, the diagram. Diagram? Nope, that's not it either. Try it. What the brooch? No, it's not it either. What pieces of evidence have I gathered in a recent while? The headset, switch, forum. What if I just post this? Anything else? Maybe I'll just give the headpiece. Oh, that's not it either. Oh, wait, story mode. Guitar. Replica. If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction. A big one. Maki, you didn't. Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Now that we have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Lemur, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to put it onto the prosecution and have them look into it. Oh, he's shaking. He asks you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Maki. Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have him tell us about it. Very well. I can actually talk to him now. The cocoon. What is it? What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? It must cure some disease. It's a cure for incuritis. What's that? A cure for incuritis? Huh? But if it's a cure, why keep it in Virginia like that? Just think about the lives they could save by sharing it with the medicine. I do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latus was after those cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Maki? Maki, you weren't... He couldn't be a smuggler, he's so little. Well, you're only 15, and you're sort of sure to be a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I am short. I am sort of a magician. She said sort of. Oh, do you have a copy of that security camera tape? Well, Maki, are you a smuggler? Oh no. He won't tell me. First he plays blind, and now he plays dumb? I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Maki really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? Ooh. I can't go home. You can't go home? Yeah, because they'll kill you. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latus's death? This meeting's over. Who is it? Darian. You're from Virginia too, aren't you? Darian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call for Maki from the Virginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no gun. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. No, Darian, wait! I never liked you either, you. Wow. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Darn it! We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Maki had to say. Is it actually Darian? I was so convinced it was freaking... Lemon War. And there can only be one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court. To be continued. Wow. It's Darian. And I thought when the last episode yesterday ended, I thought it was Lammermoor. But now it's Darian? I keep jumping back and forth. Like, it's actually her. It's actually him. It's actually them. Just make up my mind. I don't know nothing. I just point a finger and hope that they are. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? So close. Wow. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Maki had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Bang! Was that a gunshot? What was that? He is heard, but unseen? Who's that talking? Oh. You give me a scare, man. I thought somebody freaking died again. Valiant Grammary. Valiant Grammary! I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Violent? A preposterous preposition. How can I stand to stand upon the stand? While my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Oh, with a vanishing magic? Indeed. I will jump upon the express train and express myself over to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammar glamour resides in the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Chusi, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. I miss him already. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusions is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants. Or the Eiffel Tower. Anything really. Man. Imagine just going up to France and cutting up their Eiffel Tower. Here you go, French people. I split them in 2. Now you got 2. Aren't you happy? I'm just gonna leave you like this, and I'm not gonna fix it. Bye. So he was talking about what he saw at the concert. Lammermoor's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by being at the root of it all. What has happened? Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconveniences. Huh? Did something happen? This is the first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Wait. The super cure. It's Chekhov's gun. But a cure. It's Chekhov's cure. For the judge's, acquaintance. Great. I bet he stayed up all too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe he was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened by considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go to visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper.
if you care to read about it yourself. Oh, it's part of the thing as well. Who is inflicted with incuritis. Incuritis? Where have I heard that before? I'll let you read that article for us, Barlow. Just leave that TV guide page with me. I try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. July 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
My apologies for the delay. Courtroom is now in session. The trial of, how do I say this name again?
Maki Tubai, our suspect Portissimo.
Right. It's his trial in any case.
The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Is something wrong, Your Honor?
No, well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice's son since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a conflicting, difficult time.
Incuritis, was it? That article said there was no cure. Her judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now it's time for law.
Indeed. We left off at Wakaya Juncture yesterday.
I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letus.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Croissant. It's been a great help.
Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Got him. Wait! That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
It was him?
That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Letus. When I heard the gunshots fired, it was him. It was Mr. Darien. Gah, no way. He didn't expect that. He thought he had a perfect alibi and everything. Well, joke's on you, Pompadour boy. You got caught. Or heard. You got heard. Quite a sensational ending. Who'd have thought that Darien would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect?
I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Darien Croissant is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case, or found new charges. That's right, he had an alibi. He was up on stage the whole time, which is weird. It's like having two contradicting truths at the same page. Was it? He's really sus. But how do we get rid of his alibi? Maybe he killed... And then there's the brooch that was left behind when Lammermoor left. It's like they're both super guilty. They both feel very guilty somehow. But that makes no sense because why would she call him out? And your reason is? Weren't you aware of her forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let's review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Governors ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guests took center stage. The only performer appearing were myself, Lammermoor, and Maki, along with a drummer and a bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lammermoor and the defendant, Maki Tubai, had left the stage at that point, and the Governors were already rocking. This is when the 2 shots rang, out the scene of the second crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Sky, mind you. And, Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Was it 2 or was it 1? Furthermore, Lemmerwort herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say, she heard the moment of the crime. When she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Croissant talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Croissant was...
Precisely. Detective Croissant was on stage getting the groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi!
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections.
Come on, give me a moment.
I believe we can safely say that Darien Croissant's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lemmerwort was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well, of course. If we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from clearing a verdict. If indeed there are no objections...
Uh-oh. Apollo, if he decides to verdict now... our prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lemmerwort might have been lying to protect Maki. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait. What about yesterday in the detention center? About the case. What about the case? He wants to tell us about the Mr. Latouche case, death. This meeting's over. Can we call him to the witness stand and have, her interpret? Darien? Maki was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him. Under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, what was his name again?
Objection! Your Honor.
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise or Mr. Justice.
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who do you need? Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls for the defendant Maki Tsubai to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English.
We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as, I love you, and where's the toilet? The defense would like to request Lemmerwort as the interpreter.
Lemmerwort? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she's interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual.
Bravo her, forehead. Your judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lemmerwort lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, show the defendant and Lemmerwort to the witness stand.
They're finally here. I suppose this is the first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with. If you would, Lemmerwort. Yes. He says, Maki Tsubai, the defendant.
This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would what, Your Honor?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have them testify about?
What do I want to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet. Apollo! Aren't you gonna ask him what he was gonna tell you yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was gonna say? Excuse me, a moment. If I might speak?
Yes, Lemmerwort?
Just now, Maki said there was something about which he wishes to testify. Maki wishes to testify about something. What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
One moment, please. The suspense is killing me. What? What? What?
Well, Lemuror?
According to Maki, he has proofs of his innocence.
What? He's like, I had evidence this whole time, you just wouldn't listen to me. You're all fools, you all want to get me locked in the slammer right away. Toss the key and not even think. Calling out the justice system right now. This is a surprise. Yahoo! Victory, Apollo, we did it! Not yet, not yet. Don't jump the horse. This is sounding too good to believe. I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Lemuror, no, I mean Maki, please testify to the court.
Very well.
Proof of innocence.
He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came to us as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of the song, that is, he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he doesn't understand them.
Didn't anybody tell him it wasn't in... Did nobody explain it to him? I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wonder what he meant by proof. Why would he only have asked Lemuror to know the meaning of that song? Lemuror, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lemuror may be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let's proceed to the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. You just have to trust my bracelet and tell me where it is. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. It says that word of Mr. Tuesday came as a great shock, pass. If the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, pass. If. Word if. The guitar serenade, correct? Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. That is, he could not have done it. That's too vague. By could not have done it, you mean... It is very simple. Maki could not have done all the things that happened that day. For all those things followed the song's lyrics so closely. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. This is like the weakest one. Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics? He did not know the song was about. Its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by. I told him it was about a guitar in love. It's not actually the guitar is in love, strictly speaking. Oh, perhaps I misunderstood. You too? No. Really, yours is also a valid interpretation. Okay. No, it is my fault. I am too used to singing Borgidian. It is much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics. Yay! I knew he was innocent! I believe he is too, Trucy. I do. What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something? Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Okay, which one is it? Well, I didn't see anything quite, so this one. Were Maki and Mr. Latus close? Yes. After we traveled around the world on tour together, what? Lemuror? This is Maki's cross-examination, not yours. But I knew the answer. This is a court of law. We play by the book. I understand. When Prosecutor Gavin's tough, he's really tough. Maki says he's very good friends with Mr. Latus. Mr. Latus was always a gentleman,
never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed that something like this would happen.
Wait, that last part right there. I never dreamed something like this would happen. It came as a great shock. Or was it? His lip isn't quivering. His eyes are normal. His brows are normal. He's got a blanket expression. Here again. It's nothing. He isn't moving at all. And then we have Lammerware. It'd be a really crazy trick if we can see her twitching. Last time it was because she gulped. Let me just double check. If she gulps... Nah, she seems fine. And her expression solemn. She seems fine. He's got this blanket expression, not even moving. Guess it isn't this. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I see you could not have done it. It's too vague. Let me see. See nothing moving. This blanket staring at my face. Here again. Anything else? His neck. Chin. Lips. Nope, I gotta look at Lammerware. Oh, she's looking straight at us. Pass. Oh, his eyes twitching. Gotcha! There we go. Aha. Maki. You can't fool my eyes. Huh? Your glance toward her. The very moment Lemur said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Maki, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue this charade? Mr. Justice, Maki says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language after all. That is all. What? Give me a break. There is such an unusual word to understand. Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires any explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Virginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in the country these days, you know? Wait. I need to look at the court record. I'm pretty sure this... What time is it right now? I think it's like in the morning. Where's the newspapers? The Virginian newspaper and today's newspaper article. Wait. Oh, that's right. They mentioned that the articles It doesn't mention the lyrics that of Lemmonware's ballad. That's right. They done goofed. They're lying.
They have already begun to report about the case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they're quite fierce all of a sudden.
Maki is lying. Trying to show some proof. Here you go, the paper you wanted to read. If you actually read it. Here you go, take your time. Go ahead and read. Wait, you can't read. You can read. Both of you pretending to lie, you can't read. At some point. Okay. Indeed. Indeed! There's a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me? Maki, I feel like being a villain right now. Can you read it for me? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics.
What? What's this all about?
I'm sorry, Maki. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in the Virginian newspaper. What does this mean? It means they're lying again. They keep lying.
But I don't see how it's possible. I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes.
Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. Done caught. The witness will explain herself or himself.
Maki says... He says...
Yes?
It is true, I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken.
You're just making up lies as they go. You're lying. We know you're lying.
Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he heard the lyrics from me.
What? His face. Is this true, Lemmeror?
Yes. I'm afraid I have forgotten it myself.
Then it looks like your forehead has been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No. I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with your cross-examination?
What are you going to do, Apollo?
If I'm gonna keep on cross-examining, I'd better have an angle of attack. Or else... My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness.
I understand. It was I who explained the crime that followed that song.
You're lying. You're gulping. You're gulping. Let me see the gulp. Yep, gulp. Gotcha! The gulp. Labrador, you two are a pair of liars. I'm currently cross-examining Maki. Why should you be so uncertain?
Me? Uncertain?
Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there's very little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lemmeror, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Then allow me to answer for you. Lemmeror, you're protecting... It's obviously you. Lemmeror, you're protecting Maki. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Maki, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lammeror lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Ugh. He's yelling in English now. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes. Wait, what voice should I give Maki? Yes. A little, only. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lemuror? No. I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is Witness hiding? Last. This is last. Maki, can you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So, you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently, the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room. Behind back, manager, you on floor. Which would be right after the shooting, right? Then, there is voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma and Apollo? So when Maki went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche has already been shot. And then when we came to the door, panel up high, I take off and run away, run away! So it was you who escaped through that air vent. Vented. As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might as we take that as a confession. No way. No, he clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. Stay out of this. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Is that it? Is there nothing else I could get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is. What is this cocoon anyway? Barbara. The cocoon. The silk is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Maki, are you a smuggler? What do they say? He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something with this. Maki, please tell us the truth for your own sake. No. No more speak. Not to any one of you. So much for your precious trust, Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does not seem that the defense and defendants are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn any more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Court is adjourned. Hey, Trestamina Miku. Yes, this is probably... Oh, the tree? Well, I've got the expression. Wait. I could bring it back. Give me 1 second. Boom! There I am. Inside me was a tree all along. I'm still here. It's still me. It's still you. But yeah, I got this like a while ago. I've been just preparing to get used to it. I mean, nice human suit. Yeah, you can say it like that. It's a human tree suit. And got the horns and stuff like that. Yeah, this is like the one thing I really asked for. Like the tree thing is all squiggly lined. And then I've got like this dark expression when I get angry, and just like a nervous expression. It's pretty cool, honestly. This is like day 2 of actually using it as a streaming. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Apollo Eutis. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Believe, I know shooting. Maki claims Mr. Latus was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Oh, by the way, this is like the finale of this episode. So I guess like by the end of this stream, it'll be over. Episode 3. Maybe it was a trap, and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close. Very close. Then I hear voice. When I first joined the channel and saw the model, I was like, who is this? I've never followed this person until I heard you speaking. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean by, until I heard you speaking? Is it my voice? You heard gunshots. Yes, it's true. I heard revolver, but only sound. I recognize your voice, yeah? Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, like, oh, it's the voice. Who is the person? I didn't follow this person. They changed. But still me. You see, whenever the blue line is showing. Wait, so you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latus already dead? And then you heard shots? If that's true, so you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots. And you escaped through the air vent? He vented, like an Among Us. I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vents, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? If that was what he means. Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Huh, yeah. Goes from there to there. But how did you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. What makes you say that? I hear this from Magician. The Magician? Don't look at me. A magician, huh? Grammary. Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Maki didn't shoot Mr. Latus. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body, and then he heard the shots? That one's going to go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. Following the advice to a T. So, what do we do? Make you're sure you won't testify, Maki? No talking. No. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home? I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So, what's your plan? If Maki won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Don't worry, kid, we'll save you. Apparently, most likely, one of the band members is the killer. It's probably this dude, the guitarist. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So, will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is.
The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angle?
If Maki won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamroar, again.
Lamroar?
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamroar's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamroar was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted Lamroar dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What?
Did he not really pay attention to that? She almost died. I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin? Why would anyone be out to kill Lamroar? Can you think of a reason? Well... Think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
You don't think?
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latus. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in that testimony yesterday. Something that the killer does not want to get out. So am I to understand that this is what you are saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamroar's testimony. A nugget that we have yet to uncover. Exactly.
If Lamroar was attacked, this has serious implications. There's still a killer out on the loose, and he's attacking people, so there is definitely a good chance that Maki is innocent. Very well. There were some vague points in your testimony yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamroar's testimony once more.
Lamroar, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Maki is innocent. And I know that I will do all I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that the voice belonged to Darian Croissant, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. It's soundproof? Darn it.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
Later, I'll think of something. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something else there. There it is, it seems. Much you do not know.
And yet, it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness will be so kind as to testify once more to the court.
Of course, Your Honor. What she heard. I was on my way to the stage to the back exit. That was when I heard them. Mr. Latus and the detective. I heard the faint sound of the gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must have told someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I said here is the truth. Yet it is my distinct pleasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamroar was attacked because of this testimony. What, Chusi? Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness.
Psycho cool! I was on my way to the stage, to the back exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latus and the detective. Tell me more. Darian Croissant. I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I have to remind you that that's impossible? There is no way you could have heard him.
Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why?
Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right.
Maybe there's a different angle we could try.
Did you hear anything else? Did you happen to hear anything else at the time?
Anything else? Anything else besides the victim and the shooter's conversation? Anything at all?
That's quite the vague question.
Other than the conversation, I heard a clock ticking. The two men breathing. Footsteps. That is all.
Nothing new there, as expected.
I was hoping for a little more than that.
Perhaps we should carry with our cross-examination.
As you wish.
I want to go back. Tell me about if they spoke something. How about, what were they talking about?
Lemmerware, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I have given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly.
One phrase? Oh, a whole phrase?
You remember something that was said?
Oh yeah, evidence.
Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
This could be it.
The clue I've been waiting for.
Well, what did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
The shooter, then.
Darian Croissant?
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it was quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, it's very, very vital. Maybe we could add it to the testimony? Maybe, Apollo? From the small window I heard a voice say, press the switch now.
Switch.
I have evidence that relates to that. And it was Detective Darian Croissant's voice? Yes, I'm sure of it.
It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Latouche?
Apollo, the murder weapon, the revolver was Mr. Latouche's, right?
Yeah, what of it?
Well, maybe when he said, press the switch, he really meant to say, pull the trigger. Because his English isn't so good.
Darian Croissant is a native speaker.
Oh, right, sorry. I kind of forgot who that was.
Press the switch.
That's not something usually a killer says to their victim, is it?
Was there no one else in the room?
I do not know. All I heard was Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot.
There were 2 gunshots.
Yes, I heard 2, one after the other. That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but...
It's kind of weird. Why didn't you tell someone immediately?
Well,
If it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens.
This may be beside the point, but Lemmerwort isn't a citizen. Though one would hope such common sense prevails in Virginia as well.
Oh, you're all ganging up on her. Leave her alone.
Lemmerwort seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something? It is as you say, yet at the same time. I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
You were in a hurry to go where?
I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said.
Why are you in such a hurry then?
Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case.
Yes, it does. It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you alright, Labrador?
Yes, I'm just tired.
Recall what you told me yesterday, your forehead. Labrador suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. Gah. What, so he can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing? Why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah? The prosecution's objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination. Labrador was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was. So something's got to be hidden here.
Maybe there's some detail we're missing.
I guess we just have to get her to fill in the blanks.
Right.
I don't think I read this one yet.
Is something wrong?
I know I said hold it, but she's saying the same thing as before. Mr. Justice? Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony. Oh, now I know what they mean about reckless youth these days. The one in the red over there is a shining example here, Judge. You're just the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar. New age. That's when I heard them. Mr. Latus and the detective. From the small window, I heard the voice say, "Press the switch now." I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. What's the evidence she used? Identical igniters in Gavin's guitar and at the crime scene, triggered by a remote control headset. Who was wearing this? A receiver transmitter for voice signals with a 30-foot range. All concert staff wear ones. All concert staff wear this. Maybe it was Darian's. I kept moving past the small window. I heard the faint sound of the gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. What if it wasn't the gunshot but the igniter? Nope. Time to get serious. Oh, hello Rox. How you doing in YouTube? Hello, hello. Right now, we're about to finish Ace Attorney Episode 3. How you been doing? Let's see. Oh, by the way, this is like day 2 of my VTuber model. It's kind of like a debut actually. I'm a tree VTuber. And I work as at Odd Jobs. Let's see here. Press the switch now. This is the contradiction. A voice say, "Press the switch now." This has to be something. Maybe if I present the revolver? No. Good. Yep, I'm excited to be a real deal VTuber. It's really cool actually. I can just spend hours and VTube Studios looking myself. From the small window I heard a voice say, "Press the switch now." Yippee! Maybe this? There we go. Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that would be called a switch. Save the lights. I'm your first fan talker. Fan talker? Wait, what does that mean? Fan talker? Fan talker. Fan talker? Mm-hmm. And true, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a Switch right here. A Nintendo Switch. That certainly doesn't look like a Switch, does it? The problem is, this was not found at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. The stage? Where the concert was held. Yes. This was found hidden here. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice Lemroy heard was of someone commanding another to press this switch? Yes. It's a possibility. Objection? What are you gonna say to that? Oh, Earth Forehead. I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the room, the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemroy's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviners were in the middle of the concert on the stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. We could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too, her forehead's cries have possibly fallen short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. I'm seeing to see the picture now. Oh, wait, you like some evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get the message to someone on the stage to the dressing room. The headset. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this? Why, that's... what is it? Is that some kind of new fangled phone they invented when I wasn't looking? Yep, and there's lots of plenty more where that came from. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. A communications device? From what I've heard, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes. They're talking between band members. A subscriber who is talking in chat. Ah! So it's like a distinction between a fan talker and a... what's the other word? Skulker? I know the word for a fan who likes to... oh, it's lurker. It's literally lurker. Ah. So it's a talker and lurker. Oh, I just learned it. Thanks. I learn something new every day. Ah, yes. Actually, they're for talking between band members. We've all had one on. Oh, so you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. Nom 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 nom. Cheese and bread. I like cheese and bread. True, but wait. Those send out an electronical signal. To avoid interference with their audio systems, their range is quite limited. Lemroy said it was about 30 feet, right? Which covers the entire area we need. Look at the cross-section between the diagram and the concert forum. Plenty of space. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be! He's losing his mind. So, when Lemroy heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage. You're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at that time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact. Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said, press the switch? Well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. The voice? Which one? Is it the judge voice? An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it. Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What's with this switch anyway? We don't even know what the basic fact. Bing. Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic, it's incredible. If you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case. What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of it when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you had no further information to share concerning this switch... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Justice? I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is. Cheese bread. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain that what this switch is? The switch is the igniter? You know, I think it's this thing, the remote trigger, right? It's the switch. Or is it? Am I overthinking it? It's this. It's got a switch. Oh, wait, never mind. I think that it's not a switch, it's a lighter. Oops. Ugh, I knew it. Once again, please, what evidence do you have to explain what this switch is? I think it's the igniter? Identical igniters in Gavin's guitar, and at the crime scene, triggered by remote trigger. It could be this. No? Or maybe the guitar itself? Because there must be a reason why the guitar... Wait, I can examine it? I didn't know I examined it. No clues here. Come on, there's gotta be one clue. Look at this broken guitar. Poor guitar. It didn't deserve this. They're slightly scorched, and then there's this. It burned clean through. Yep, it's pretty much a useless piece of junk. It's kind of like you after a trial, Apollo. Wow. Burn? Literal burn the guitar. Let's see you do a magic trick with fire. Which part, the burn clean through or the useless piece of junk? The igniter? Professor Gavin, you remember this? Ugh, that what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones? You don't want this in your face. It explodes. This is an igniter. What phone looks like this? Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is a remote? I am. This is the remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Oh, it's on fire! Fire in the courtroom. Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom. It's okay. Apollo's alright. He's friendly. I just like how Tracy likes to tease him. All the protagonists get teased, especially Phoenix, right? Everybody teases them, it's so funny. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected. If my whiskers have caught on fire... Prosecutor Gavin? Let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. A trigger, demon trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah, exactly. The night of the concert there was one unusual burst of flame. Your prized guitar burst to flame. Your guitar caught flame. Wasn't that part of the stage show, though? Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing was planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right. He got it in the Virginia from Lammermoor. He said the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course. Now he just makes kinds of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Her forehead. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice, heard by Lammermoor. And the guitar suddenly catching on fire. I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were the same in the crime. And the shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense. Yeah, Clever, you're so cute. Oh, I just realized too, like the way he holds his hand in front of his thigh is kind of like the same way I hold it in my PNG tuber model. My VTuber model. It was entirely by coincidence too. Let me see if I can show it. My hand is just there. Kind of like the way he holds it. Okay. Really? It seems pretty simple to me. Objection! What now? Her forehead? Wait. Her forehead. Don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story makes simply no sense. Think. That night, my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause? May have been in this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. That's right, of course. Cool, thanks. I got you like it. The guitar caught fire during Lammermoor's song. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. Yes. That must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty. See? The story makes no sense. Objection! Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is this specifically? I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. Objection! What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to this testimony, Maki was in the dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard the gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on the headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. Bro almost turned into a burn hay. Yeah, because of his hair. Yellow hay. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballet performance in the second act. What? He's breaking down. Order, order, order! But that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? The crime was carried out according to the lyrics of the song, yes? Hey, he's right. Look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look. Why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through. with little merit for the person doing it. Well, I'm sure whoever had a reason to throw us off the trail to get us to believe it was. Smart. Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Reversed? Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet, her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have better put it myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. This is really well thought out and planned out. Scary, really. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was just a ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovering it by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics to the whole way. You know, just moving the body like that, it's gotta be the most riskiest thing of all. I have no idea why he freaking did it. Like, why would you move the body like that? Order, order. That would explain the most unusual situation. Marry me, Clavier. Understandable. He's so dreamy. It does. Killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. Oh, that's his bandmate. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You're giving us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction. Her forehead, when I've pointing out several times no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene of it was closed. How could Lemmerward have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know you would have liked to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise? Right. Lemmerward's testimony is my entire case. That voice you heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch? And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter, and at least but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be a coincidence. But how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated, immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lemmerward heard the voice? A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court? Okay, Justice. You got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lemmerward heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lemmerward able to hear the voice? She has divine hearing? That's not gonna fly. She was somewhere else. Some earpiece? The window was open. She also had an earpiece. But were they connected? Oh, I get it now. I get it now. During the second act, she was on stage, singing her song. But for a few brief seconds, she was using a magic trick, a magic act. So she was moving across the stage with nobody noticing. So I guess while she was doing her magic trick, she probably just listened in. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reasons to close it, had it been opened either. Meaning, it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Virginian too. That sounds kind of racist. As I was saying, Lemmerward could not hear the voice through the window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely. What's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you, in a good sense, were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and good sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, your forehead? Lemmerwort clearly stated. She heard the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene.
Are you sure about that?
Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is?
Oh, I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lemmerwort heard the voice from another location? Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lemmer heard the voice from here.
Oh. The vent.
Because the vent is connected. Yeah, I gotta make sure. There we go.
Does this look like a small window to you, Mr. Justice?
The state of modern society can be read from numerous objects and artifacts. In a sense, anything can be a window on our society. What? I'm taking damage? What? I thought I was right. No points for trying. Lemmerler claims she heard a small voice through a small window. And if the small window we know about was closed, there's only one other thing she could have meant. Lemmer heard the voice from here.
Oh, I had to move it.
There, the vent. This is where Lemmer heard that voice from. I just took a free penalty just because of that. That's fine. No.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she was Virginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window.
Now you've done it.
You've gone beyond ridiculous and now into ludicrous. So Lemmer was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice? That's the only logical explanation, yes.
Yay.
Yep. Logical. I don't think this word means what you think it means, our forehead. Okay. What about it isn't logical? Huh. It hardly merits saying. Why would Lemmer be in the ventilation system? You probably didn't notice because your guitar was on fire, but she was doing a magic trick. Hiding like a rat? No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is quite simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lemmeror? Oh. Yeah, she gets it. You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit it, it had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear it through it? I feared our prosecution might himself need an interpreter. He's losing it. The problem here is words. Lemmer, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on the wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? It feels good to be on the good side.
Order? Order?
What? Where'd it go dark? Oh, phew. Thought something bad happened.
Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were above the ceiling of the room? And that's why you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure. I can't. She can't tell us because she's under a contract because of the magic trick. You can't reveal a magician's secrets. Sorry, I have to make you reveal the magician's secret. Magic Man.
May I remind you this is the murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Yes. I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of the performance. I had no time to report what I heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I'm bound to secrecy on this matter. It's not a legal contract, you can break it.
Bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance.
It has something to do with clavier.
Maybe. But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So, did this happen during the second set?
I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what had happened.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, her forehead. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you going to do, Apollo? I'm going to find out the truth. She was up on that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. That's fine. I heard there was a small window there before. I heard there was where did you hear it from? By small window, you mean the air vent? I only remember I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I cannot see the light coming through the window, of course.
The air vent grate could trip you up certainly.
So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That is when I heard his voice come from the room. Darian's voice. I knew something terrible had happened yet. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I have heard.
That makes sense.
As to why I was there, I cannot say.
I know why you were there.
You heard the gunshots during the second set during your performance?
You're quite sure?
Yes. Why would I lie about my time?
Why didn't you tell us about this yesterday?
No one asked me.
It's always the funniest ways to say you didn't say something.
No one asked me. I thought you all knew. I told Maki was not the killer. I told you this many times.
Yes, you did.
But you never told us why. I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it.
This whole freaking pack of secrecy literally threw Maki under the bus. That's so sad.
Unable or unwilling? She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do? We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up on the ceiling too. Oh, so that's also how she lost her pendant. I would have to say I don't know. Yeah, she would have to say I don't know. Keep like pleading the fifth. Gotta make sure you know your rights. Did you know? You have rights. We're not a law office, but I do offer services, yes. I can be a fake lawyer for you. I got a theory as to why, though. And maybe I got the evidence to prove it. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it? Okay, I know the evidence. It's the forum. No. The videotape. It has to be this.
Objection!
Or not. Uh-oh. Oh no, I done goofed. There goes my left out bar. Do you have rights for bread? Yes, you do have rights to bread. Eat all the bread you want. Do you remember how many... Wait, what does Dio say? Can I do a Patrick Seitz impression? What does he say? Do you remember how many bites of bread have you eaten? Something like that. How many loaves of bread you have eaten? Man, I wish I could do a Patrick Seitz voice, but it's really deep and bombastic. Do you remember how many loaves of bread you have eaten? We try from the scene. I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window. The performance, I had no time to report what I have learned. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. What's the proper thing? Let me see this. This right here. As why I was there, I cannot say, because you were traveling underground. No? It's the attorney badge. It's always the attorney badge. It's not the attorney badge. It's not the attorney badge. I could show it off. They would just think like, why are you showing your badge? We know you're an attorney. I'm proud of being an attorney. Look at my shiny badge. Let's see. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. There was a small window there before. I had heard. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. Let me read this again. Ba-da-da-da. I thought you all knew. As to why I was there, I cannot say. Wait, is the attorney badge? Wait, is it actually? You know, I'm trusting you. Nope. God dang it. I thought I'd be able to listen to Gavin's advice and Chapsuni Miko's advice that I'm a lawyer, you do what I have to say. God darn it, I actually did it. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Oh man. Okay. The king has spoken. You have rights to eat the bread. Let's see here. It's not this. It's not this, not this. I already used this. Unless, did I use this? Oh, it was this. Okay, I got it right. There we go. I just had to point at the right one. Landlord, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Come on, you know why. Yes, it's all right here in this video. This was on the 3DS? No, on the DS. This is DS graphics. Burning on my heart's fire. Burning my love away, all away. You got hot now. Not so hot, are you? Actually, he's extra hot now. Wow, isn't Clavier so hot? Literally. Yes, hot guy. Also, that's when she lost her pendant on her chest. Look at him over there. This is my price guitar. It's worth like $1 million. No. As you can see, Lamoureux was clearly not on the stage for her entire performance. Ah. Though it saddens me to be so realistic. Lemur is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo? What, Shuzi? It's not nice to reveal magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. Hey, it's not my fault. I gotta do it. I'm a lawyer, I gotta reveal the truth. I'm your worst enemy. I mean, like, yeah, I was gonna say something I should not have said. It would have been really awkward considering the positions. But I'm a lawyer. Wait, I'm not supposed to be nice. I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice. Mean. Evil. Just like in The Simpsons. The lawyers are evil. This is all very fascinating. How is this possible? There is only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. He's sweating bullets. Cool off. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. Forget the rules. Magician's secrets? Sorry. Lawyers are a magician's natural predator. You can see them in the wild. They hunt in packs. You get an NDA like, sorry, you have to reveal your secrets. Also, that spell is trademarked. You can't use it. Oh, that's right! It's so weird. I think I remember something about magicians and copyrights. Because there's like certain words you can't use. They trademark words and acts like Alakazam, Alakadabra. Because there was that one dude who sued Pokemon because they were using Kadabra and Alakazam. I guess lawyers and magicians go hand to hand. Oh, that's right. And I guess in a weird way, lawyers are just word magicians. He knows that the illusion was performed. Aha. He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage, to the rear of the forum. Recall Lemur's testimony from yesterday? I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there, and that's how I saw it. She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling. Lemur knew of this because of her part in the illusion. You can get money from words. You can like pay to speak for someone. Get paid for like writing music, or just paid in writing actually. But she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Maki told me something. I know if opening vents, I can leave stage and backstage. He said that? Oh, well, you're not informed, Prosecutor Gavin. It's so funny because he's such an overly confident character. When that facade breaks, it's so funny, the gap. It's like his I guess it's boy failure gap moe. I knew about the vanishing act, of course, yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of the magician's life, you know. Which is why he bound Lemuror to secrecy. Well, Lemuror? I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Maki was right about you. So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused. Why is that, Your Honor? As I said before... Gone. There was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds, tops. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the voices. I mean, I think there's plenty of time. That's a good question. She was just really fast. I mean, she's doing a magic trick. The fact that she did it in 20 seconds means she had to have done it in 20 seconds. Butter, yeah. Bread and butter. Can the witness explain this to the court? I cannot. Very well, Mr. Justice. Yes. It's all up to you. Do your thing. What thing, Your Honor? You need to explain how Lemmer was able to teleport like she did. She went through the vent. She vented. Not in a suspicious manner. Or I'm throwing your court case out of the bath with bath water. Now you're talking about bath water? What? Why do I get picked on? It's Lemmer who isn't going along with the program here. As I have stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail. Then you just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring out the truth of her. Oh, plenty of time. Yes, if you would, please. Right. I feel like a student before finals. Good luck, Apollo. The big illusion. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. 2 minutes? That's a long time. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens. I suppose it was way too much to hope that the judge would come up with something. As is my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lammermoor is saying and what we can see plainly in the video. I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all. Well, tell me. Not a chance. Come on. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on. Come on. You're supposed to be on my side. I like my expression. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. The plan was for you to move there in 2 minutes. But... 2 minutes? Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you're running. Running in that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling? Haha, Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me. Oh, yeah, that's true, but... So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes? Yes. Though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway. Lemmer disappears on the video for 20 seconds. But she says she made it in trip in 2 minutes. How? Yeah, because in the video, it clearly says... It clearly shows that she made it in 20 seconds. You can't... The video doesn't lie. If you want my professional opinion, I bet the answers are right there in that video. It's the video. It holds all the answers. Perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony. Obviously. The video... There's one piece of evidence. One piece. Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. This evidence will be the answer that we need. Ah, so this is it. The magical key to unlocking the illusion's dark secret. Tell us how it works. Quickly. I can't bear the suspense. I was kind of hoping someone else would jump in at this point. Well, you see... Her Judge, I do hate to spoil the mood, but I haven't had the faintest idea of what he's talking about. And neither does he. I'm a little confused too there, Apollo. Right, by which I conclude that I was wrong? Better luck next time, Pollywog. What? What? Mr. Justice? What? You're joking! That's the evidence! What? What? Was that a tear I just saw in the judge's eye? Alright. Nothing to do but rethink this through. I'm sure of it. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
contradiction between Lumber's testimony and video. Unraveling an illusion can't be so different. Oh wait, I know it. I know there's one piece of evidence that I haven't brought up. There was an emergency exit backstage where he's waited. From there, went into the forum inside the stage. There in 2 minutes. I was wondering when I heard the voice. But I need something that had her wait. And it was Darian's voice you heard. Yes, I'm certain it was him. You're about to fight Clavier? Fisticuffs? A matter best left for later, yeah? Put that forehead of yours to work on this illusion first. Objection! Hold on, I think I can identify the killer is a little more important, don't you? Importance, Schmordance. Objection overruled. Tell us about the illusion. No use trying to avoid the problem at hand, Apollo. Trying to avoid the problem? That's not the problem. I'm not telling you. Not even if you make those puppy dog faces. Come on. What do I pay you for? You don't pay me. I could, but I don't. Because you're not telling me the goddamn magic trick. No allowance. I'm gonna tell Phoenix you don't get your allowance. He'd probably get mad. He'd probably say like, Apollo, you're being a very bad boss. You can't threaten coerce people to speak on ways they don't want to. That's not very loyal behavior. But he just has to tell me the magic trick, Mr. Right. No, you can't do it this way. You gotta figure it out on your own. Come on. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where the stagehand waited. Where the stagehand waited. The plan was to meet for Muga in 2 minutes. Okay, let's press more. So when you came back out, you were behind the audience? Yes, that's how it worked. Not a bad show if I do say so myself. That's Uncle Valiant for you, the old Grey Marie touch. But on the video, you were only gone for 20 seconds. How is that possible? That's the part I don't get either. Yes, it would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds. Then you didn't go. Did everyone in the concert staff know about the trick? Not at all. Only a few that were there who needed to help. See, like I said, it's on a need-to-know basis. So, not many people knew about the trick. What were these stagehands required to do? One needed to open the emergency exit. The door to the stairs is locked, but once through there... Okay, answer the forum. How did you proceed along this route? How? Why, I walked. But you arrived behind the forum much too fast to have been walking. Tell the truth, Lammerworth. You rode some kind of vehicle. What? A vehicle? What kind of vehicle? What a novel idea. I like it. Hey, that's not a bad guess. Wrong, but not bad. Yes. Laugh at the dumb attorney, I don't mind. Who was the herper who helped her? Oh, yes. That is the magician. He was there to just help out with her magic trick, and now he left earlier. This is him right here. Valiant Gramarye, a famous magician responsible for the illusion used in the concert. He's gone now. He left. It was a tight fit. Even I had to crouch as I walked. I cannot imagine a vehicle that would fit in such a small space. If it wasn't a vehicle, what was it? Wait, let me take a look at the evidence again. Maybe it was like a slide or something. I wonder how she actually got down. Like, she had to have gone from there very quickly. But how? You have been going there for a while there, Mr. Justice. Too bad. A toy car? Maybe.
But I don't think I have any toy cars in evidence. I read this already. One can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. Let me look at the evidence. Not this, not this, not this, not this. This is important. It's going to be important for later. Definitely. Not this, not the... The motorcycle? No, why was she riding a motorcycle? Was she riding a motorcycle? Maybe? The autopsy diagram, not useful. Videotape, headset, igniter, form diagram, Borginian. You know, out of all this, just by what's left over is the keyring. But the question becomes, why did she have the keyring at begin with? No clues here. There are 3 keys on this heart-shaped keyring, and this guitar-shaped key was the key to the guitar case. Wasn't he saying he had to break his case because he couldn't get it unlocked? I could open a lock like that in 10 seconds easy. He should have given me a call, so he could slap handcuffs on you after you opened it. Handcuffs? 20 seconds tops. I'm out for the night. Remember to object with the attorney badge. I will object with the attorney badge and get myself a penalty. Thanks for the advice. Yeah. Make yourself wink. Right, you have a good night, okay? Maybe it is this. If she was able to get there fast, and she got there fast. Okay, let me think back. When did Gavin lose his car keys? Why did he lose his car keys? What about this? Darian's voice? Yes, it was hurting. Dun 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 dun. It might have been the motorcycle. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. She's lying. Okay. I'm gonna try it with the car keys. I mean, the motorcycle keys. Let's hope it works. Nope, it did not work. Fudge. Okay, it wasn't the car keys. The motorcycle keys. Where a stagehand waited. Oh wait, I'm overthinking this. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. I'm overthinking this. Or am I? Oh dear. Man. Nope. He's an innocent kid. He's gonna die in prison. They're gonna kill him. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I'm gonna do a freebie. Alright, story mode activate. Hold it! 2 minutes from here. Running, neck cramp ceiling. Yeah, I'll let story mode go on for it. Okay, making it in time. You see I stopped halfway. This appears in the video for 20 seconds. But she said she made it in 2 minutes. How? If you want a professional opinion, I bet the answer is right there in the video. Remember Justice? Perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony. Oh, I was right. Okay, I get it now. I just had to try again with a different piece of evidence. Lammermoor, do you happen to remember this brooch? Aha, the brooch! We saw that yesterday, did we not? It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now, why? I thought we already determined that when that was dropped. So did I. But we hadn't. Hmm? Take another look at the video. I wonder if I can move my model. How much can you see it? I wonder how much I can push it. I wonder if I can move in a way it can break. Hear the sound of cracking twigs. And the brooch is gone. What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. And it takes a full minute for the run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lammermoor we see before the vanishing act and the Lammermoor we see after are two different people. No, wait. No, that's not true. That's because they dropped it on the way there. The brooch was found on the floor of the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. What? Lammermoor, tell me. Did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime? Yes. I think I did. Wait, you saying there were a double? Prosecutor Gavin? From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Your Judge. I, of course, knew about it. You what? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. I just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So I was right? There was a switch? There was. Just before the stage's tower, Rose Lammermoor was placed. While we're on the subject, just who was the replacement for Lammermoor? Why, the man behind the illusion, Valiant Gramarye. He was... It's like so out of left field. It was Gramarye? That's quite the illusion. I still don't get one thing. Yes? The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So, weren't on the stage? That's right. But this, fake Lammermoor is still singing. And she's pretty good. That's true. Come on, Apollo. That's an easy one. They were just playing a recording. The Governors aren't some kind of air guitar band, Froylan. Oh, you mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lammermoor. Very well. Yeah, apparently, right there and right next to him, that's man. It's the magician dude. That's pure magic there. Add it to your testimony. I had to keep singing, even while I moved. You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing? Where everywhere I go is the same darkness. I kind of... wait. Yeah, I screamed at this. Why should it matter where I sing? Where everywhere I go is the same darkness. That goes hard. But if you were singing while you were walking... That's right. Wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads after all. That is right. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state? I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo. The speaker?
That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Oh, that's for the monitoring of the stage of this room. Monitoring? It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up. Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So, Lemma was singing in the ceiling? Sounded just like Lemma was singing over the speaker? Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice. Huh. Lemma, I just remembered something. Do tell. When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes. It startled me, so I stopped singing. What? I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. So, not many would notice. Forehead? That mixing board I let you, where is it? The mixing, here? That machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks. Oh, this. I completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen. And that's the magician, actually, technically, right? The song does stop there. It does? I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lemmermore's ballad. If this is true, the no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter. Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He was on the stage for the— You don't mean we bringing him in? We're finally bringing him in? Yes. Though he is a friend and a band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way. As someone with a new perspective on the case? As a suspect, to be frank. Oh, his right-hand man, the second guitar, a murderer. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice. This is as good as time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. I'm the last man who needs to be reminded what his duties are. Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess. To be continued. To be honest, I think I do have to stop it there. It's almost midnight. Save. I'm going on overtime right now. Yep. I'm calling it a night there. Yeah, unfortunately, it was like a little earlier. I would have finished it. Welp. Yeah. Oh well. But I hope you'll be back tomorrow. I will be streaming again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Because I got my schedule ready. 8 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And sometimes I'll be streaming early on Saturdays. But you can always catch me later. Okay. Let me still right here. I need to do...
Okay, this is my streamy hub. I made this all myself, technically. Look at the little... Oh, look at the little Wizman. That used to be a PNG tuber, actually. And this is what I was using. Now he's just like a little chat box. Let's see. You see? You're inside its mouth. Okay, Vox, Rox, and Chapsuni Miko. I really appreciate it for you all checking in. This has been Faded Woods. No, I'm gonna keep forgetting to use. I'm not Faded Woods anymore. It's the Faded Woods Bureau. Wait, I guess I can do it like this. The Faded Woods Bureau is now closing. See y'all next time. This is Salix Archicross signing out. See y'all later. Bye.